No, I'm jumping right to 5. Yeah, I mean, it takes about 6 years to make these movies, so yeah, that's about right. The movie is about connection, it's about coexistence, and so for me, this is a movie that hopefully kind of grounds you a little bit in your place in the world with nature, with other animals, and with other people, honestly. So I think that that's a pretty meaningful thing to me if that comes across. But on a very simple, much simpler level, to me, this was a movie I really just wanted people to have fun watching and laugh together. And to me, that is also a very connective thing to be able to do. So I almost feel like if this movie, above all, is just an entertaining movie that people just have a lot of fun watching, especially in a theater with other people and they can laugh and have an experience together, that to me is a very connective thing also. Yeah. I think I think part of it too for me is about showing complexity in the animal world. I think maybe there's a lot of this feeling, and I think we're all guilty of it, of seeing animals as very dumb or not as smart as us. But I think when you start to learn more about animals and you start to kind of see their inner workings and how they operate and the kind of talents and skills they have, like a beaver, you realize, oh, there's hyper intelligence happening with these animals. It's just different than humans. And there's something kind of humbling about seeing that and experiencing that and seeing that animals, are not, it's not that simple. And I think that there is an aspect of understanding that. And also, there's something kind of beautiful that animated movies can do where they can anthropomorphize animals a little bit. And to me, it just helps make them a little bit more real. It turns them into characters, into actual personalities. And I also think that's a really important thing, that helps us kind of understand animals a little bit more or feel more connection with them in some ways. And it's like giving names to our cats or something like that. It's a very similar thing. So yeah, I think those are some of the aspects that I think we're kind of tapping into when it deals with human and animal relations. Definitely like working on TV and doing we did 140 episodes. To me, the way I look at it is you get a lot of reps in. I got to make a lot of things, and you do them quickly, and you can't second guess yourself, and you have to be very confident with the decisions you make, whether or not they're the right ones or not. And I do think there is a training there that prepared me for making a movie. And you kind of think, well, you're working on a movie for 6 years, just one movie, take your time, you can make as many mistakes as you want. But in a lot of ways, it felt like the amount of work was similar in the sense that we kept changing the movie, and that's kind of what a movie has to go through, a constant iteration shape. And you are working on the same movie, unlike in a TV show, you're working in different episodes, but you are producing new stuff constantly. And so I do think there was great training on the TV show that kind of trained me to be ready to make a movie and to be willing to just keep trying new things and to make it better. But I do think there's something also with making 140 episodes of a TV show, and you learn to navigate a lot of different tones and sensitive humor, and you parody different kinds of movies and different kinds of kind of characters. And I think weaving all that together into a TV show, it was something that I transferred, I feel like, into the movie, where I wanted to just weave a bunch of different tones and genres together. And so I think a lot of that training came from making a bunch of TV episodes. So yeah, I think things like that. I love that question. I mean, to me, the parks part, we felt I feel like that would be so cool. To just be able to kind of do some simulation where you could actually hop and experience being an animal somehow. That could be a really fun experience. I guess there are stuff like that already at Disneyland, but it feels like that could be really fun to see with beavers or animals. I feel really blessed. I've already seen a lot of merch that's been really fun. one of my favorites was a dancing George. He dances to Working for the Weekend. That was really fun. But one of my favorite toys are blind boxes. And so what that is just like little toys like in boxes. You don't know what they are until you open them. I hope we get blind boxes for our characters. And we have so many characters, so I would love to see a bunch of different characters represented in toy form. That's my wish.